We'll have some people join us. All right, all right. LDMMAC. This is your boy Coach Shelton Harrison. You're live on the Coach Shelton Harrison Combat Sports Show live. And guys, I got Miss. Okay, I want to say your name right, and I got a pet peeve. All right, Barney Killer B Terrell is here live. Is that right?
Yeah, yeah, that's cool. Yeah,
Really?
hello.
Oh, so I said it right the first time?
Yeah, yeah, that's cool.
Well, God bless you. God bless you. How are you doing this Saturday evening?
Oh, what am I doing? I'm just about to go and pick my kids up, so I'm doing good. Yeah, just relaxing at home at the moment.
Okay, okay, you're going to pick the kids up. Hey, so let me ask you this: do your kids do they share your passion of the martial arts?
I wish they did more than they do. I'm trying to get them into it, but I think because I do it, they think it's not it's not cool because mum did it. So I'm trying to get them more into it.
Wow. Okay. Well, you know what? Maybe they might just look at some old video of mom getting in there and rolling around and beating up people, and maybe they might do that, and then they might just say, "Hey, guess what? It's time. I'm ready to make that big step, mom."
Oh, I hope so. I hope so. That's what I'm looking forward to.
So now, would you be their coach?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I wouldn't want anyone else, obviously other people to help, but I would want to be like overlooking what they were doing.
Now, Miss Terrell, what got you started in mixed martial arts? Like, what made you? Because if you Google your name, like just about every fight you've had in the professional ranks will show up, almost all of them. But what got you started?
Well, basically, I did martial arts for around about 20 years now. So I did kickboxing, kung fu, jiu-jitsu, krav maga, and I did pretty well in them. And then about 5 years ago is when MMA started to become quite mainstream, and more gyms were coming up. So I thought, well, actually, seeing as I've done all these martial arts, I might as well just put it all together and give it a go.
You gave it a good go too. And I was kind of sad, because I was looking at your Facebook post, and I was like, you know what? Please don't delete me because I actually do want to interview you, in time. And I was like, man. And then you like, but I'm no longer fighting. It was sad because I watched you in all these little like these battles, these battle royals, and I even watched you in a couple of kickboxing match. Well, no, there were more times, so I watched you in a few of those. And man, you are very. I mean, you were entertaining. You were extremely entertaining. Like, were you? Did your coaches just figured out that that style was better for you, like to go in and really press and use your very good ground game?
Uh, well, that funnily enough, I came more from a stand-up background, with the kickboxing, and stuff. So no, that wasn't really the plan, but I seemed to end up doing better on the ground. So we just kind of adapted it to the opponent, and yeah, and it tended to be that I did better on the ground.
You,
Wasn't ever the plan.
now, one of the first fights that I saw you fight. I mean, you fought against Lajana Green, and man, y'all had some epic battles. Like y'all had two epic battles. The first fight I thought you won though, because I actually thought you had more ground control, and you kept on the ground, for periods of time, and you were working. You wasn't just laying there; you were actually working. So I thought you won that fight. So I was kind of like a draw. How does a draw happen? But you know, you just as soon as you get to the ground, it's like you swimming. Like in that fight, like what was your goal in that fight?
In the first one, the draw, yeah, for sure, because I knew she was a Muay Thai champion, and she'd been beaten on the ground a couple of times. I obviously wanted to take her down, but she had incredibly good balance. So I did struggle to keep her down. But in the third round, I mean, I must admit, I thought I won that fight just because I dominated that third round, and I thought the ref would stop it, to be honest, but he didn't. So yeah, that was the plan, to get her down there and, well, ground and pound or submit.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you did a good job because when you got it to the ground, it's like you can really start to see like what you have been doing in the gym. And I even like how you were transitioning, from submission attempts. Like when one failed, then you try another one, but you were constantly working on the ground. So, because I see some people they'll do takedowns in women's, they'll take you down, and some people don't know how to work on the ground. But you were, damn man, it was good because you start saying, yeah, I'm doing these grappling tournaments, And I'm like, okay, so I can tell, man, this grappling, man, she been working that grappling hard, man. Cause wow, that fight, it was a good fight though. To me, out of the four fights that I saw, I thought that was one of your better fights, like where you just everything just seemed to work, in that fight.
I think that was my best fight, really, probably of all the fights I did actually.
Wow,
That's what I'm most pleased with, I guess.
wow, man. Well, this this is good, and you got people in the live stream now that's saying hey to you, and that's what I keep looking at right here. I've got I got it right here. You can see it, or I should have just, you know what? I'm so dumb. I should have given you the live stream link. It's crazy now, but but
Oh, I didn't realise it would be live.
yeah, it's a live stream link, and it make it's more interactive, and I want people to follow you. Now, the grappling tournament. You just had a grappling tournament against Martina.
I
Um,
did.
now, what was the experience grappling Martina?
It was great. I really enjoyed it. And it was the first time I'd done submission only. Because I've done very well in grappling, really with wrestling and more points. It's kind of getting the takedowns and stuff. Um, so it was good to see that submission game, and it really kind of highlighted to me how much I need to work on the submissions on the ground. Obviously, I can't just ground and pound people anymore. I've got to try and submit them. So it was
Yeah,
really good.
Miss Killer
Enjoyed it.
B. Yeah, you were trying to ground. You thought ground and pound in the back of your mind. Okay, I mean, yeah, just body
Yeah.
slamming them and frustrating them on the ground. That's not enough anymore. Wow.
No.
But now what prompted you? What made you like your decision to just say, okay, you know what, I'm done with mixed martial arts. I'm done with it. I just, I just don't feel, like I can do it anymore. Like what prompted you to stop?
It's a bit of a shame, really, because I didn't really want to stop, but unfortunately, I'd sort of done that title fight on Cage Warriors at
Mm.
flyweight,
Oh, against
but
McCann,
they
right?
wouldn't. Yeah, that's
Okay.
right, and really that wasn't really a fair fight for me because I walk around at flyweight. I did ask for the fight because really it was the only opportunity to get to that top level. Um, and I was a bit disappointed with the TKO because I wasn't really hurt, and they wouldn't give me a shot at strawweight, so it kind of demoralised me a bit. And I thought, what, people aren't going to give me a shot at the top level because of my age is a factor, and because I'm not got that huge following that people need at that level. So I sort of thought I don't really want to be a last minute replacement or a stepping stone for people. Um, and it just I lost my heart a bit for it, which is a shame. But I enjoy the grappling, and
You
a
keep
bit
telling
sad for me, really.
you keep telling me you like, Coach, I'm 38. I'm like, you're not 38. You don't even look 38. I mean, you look look like you in your like early 30s, man. And I'm like, retirement. But you know what? The 30s now, the 30 range, that's when people in their prime in women's MMA.
Yeah, yeah, I
And
think so.
and you told me 38, I'm like, man, she in her prime. She's in her prime. What? But then yeah, I can understand. You don't want to be like a stepping stone to, make somebody else look good, and people trying to outweigh you and everything. I'm like, that's I don't know, like it's the weight's a big deal. The weight's a big deal in mixed martial arts, especially when you're in that octagon. Like, can you tell us and maybe educate some of us, even myself, what does the weight of like saving 5 pounds do to a matchup?
Oh, yeah, I think it makes a huge difference. I mean, obviously, when I went for the tough trials, the flyweight tough trials, um, obviously, I normally fight strawweight, so I walk around about 57 kilos. And some of the women there were weighing in at 70 kilos, so it's a huge difference. And they're cutting down. So, even when you get in there, you're against someone much bigger. And that size difference, although in grappling, I can, it's fine. But in MMA, being hit by someone with that kind of extra weight, it really does. It seems so much harder, and also physically, wrestling people that big, it's so much harder. It makes a huge difference.
Mm, wow. Yeah, 'cause I think some people are misinterpreted about the weight. Oh, it's just 5 pounds. Oh, it's just 10 pounds. I mean, come on, yeah, stop whining. I've heard casual fans say this. And I used to box. And I'm like, man, this guy looks kind of big. Like where the hell did they get him from? Did he just eat his parents? I'm like, damn, this guy's like, he looks to be 20 or 30 pounds more. I mean, damn, those hits are gonna hurt. Like, what the hell? But it's I guess it's part of the business, right? You have to fight people bigger than you sometimes.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. That's why I was pretty much up for doing most fights that I could get. But um, yeah, it wasn't really realistic me being flyweight. Although I gave it a shot, but strawweight was really where I mean I was fairly small compared to some of the strawweights I fought. So um, yeah, the whole weight issue yeah, is another thing I don't particularly like about the sport as well.
There's one fight though that I thought you really were the smaller person. Like physically, you look smaller, and that's when like you fought for the title against Kate Jackson. Or no, you were the champion, and then Kate was challenging you for your title. I thought Kate was like, man, I'm like, whoa, how many pounds does Kate have on her? Because Kate looks big. You were holding your own though. You were doing pretty good, especially when you start like locking her up and you start grappling her, and you actually got you reversed the takedown. Or I think she had top position. I'm trying to remember all the fights. I think she had a position on you. You reversed the position, and I thought you were
Yeah.
doing pretty good. I just like, man, like, and even her mass, her muscle mass was just like, so much more than your muscle mass. I'm like, she must be a very, very small strawweight. And that's when I started to figure out that, man, because I mean, I don't know, what did the weight do to you in that fight?
To be honest, I mean, I trained with Kate as well. So I knew that she was bigger and stronger than me. I mean, she fights flyweight in Bellator now, and she'd done pretty much all her fights at flyweight, but she dropped down to go into the tough house for strawweight. And it is a brutal weight cut for her, which is why she's gone back up to flyweight, I think. Um, the trouble is when I went into that fight, not only did I know she was bigger and stronger because I trained with her, but I also knew how much more experience she had. She'd fought Jacek, I think, a couple of years before.
Joanna.
So yeah, psychologically, it was difficult. So I actually did a lot better than I expected, even though I got TKO'd. I made it to the third round,
Yeah.
and I just reversed the position, which was amazing. But I don't remember her weight being a big issue. It's more her technique and just her awareness of what was going on, just her experience that really sort of outdid me, I would say.
Now, so do you guys still roll together from time to time?
Yeah, we did last week actually. Yeah, yeah, she's a good friend of mine.
Now, is she gonna prepare you for your next grappling tournament? Is she gonna help you?
Well, she lives quite away. She lives a little bit far away from me to train with her much, but yeah, she helps me a lot. She advises me and things, so she's a great source of information for me.
Okay, okay. So, Killer B, listen, the grappling tournaments. Are you considering tournaments like the Eddie Bravo, maybe one day in your future? Or are you going to do another battle grapple tournament? I mean, come on. What can we expect and how can we watch?
Oh well, I'd love to. I'd love to go down the 10th planet route. That I love it. Um, so yeah, anything that comes up, honestly, anything that I get offered, I go for it, and then I would hopefully go to the European Championships, the IBJJF ones next year, and then maybe the World Championships. We'll see how I do.
Man, okay, okay. There's got to be some televised links to this thing where we can, look at it. Cause I'm gonna tell you now, I'm subscribed to Flow. I'm subscribed to a lot of the channels that actually allow me to watch all this stuff. And
Oh, cool.
I'm telling you, if you're in a grapple tournament, cause see now I got to keep up. Now I got to literally keep up with your news feed to see what kind of announcements you're gonna make. Cause I got to check it out. I hate that I actually contacted you after you fought Martina, cause I would have loved to watch that. But I guarantee you, it's on a video archive, and I'm gonna find it. Watch.
Oh, thank you. I didn't expect to really, have people following me. I know they did while I did MMA, but I thought that would be it really. But that means a lot to me. Thank you.
People in the comment section. Now, if you're friends of mine, that means you got to follow. You have to follow Killer B. If you don't follow the Killer B, I'm not gonna talk to you anymore. You Reggie, Reggie's asking. Okay, he's got a question for you. I'm gonna read that question to you. The body snatcher. He calls himself the body snatcher. If you don't follow, I'm not
Yeah,
talking to you anymore either. Okay, I'm not. I'm just gonna forget you.
okay.
Yeah, this is exactly what I do with my friends. Okay, I cut them off. That's what I do. I'm just playing. Okay, Reggie the Tree asked you. He said, in a hard fight, what keeps you from giving up? The fear of losing or the love of winning? Wow, amazing question.
Oh, I don't know. I think it's. I don't know if I'm afraid of losing, but I'm more afraid of people thinking I've given up. The thought of giving up just isn't an option. So even if I just got to give it everything, and if I don't win, then that's okay. But I never ever want to give up.
Okay, Reggie. She says she never ever wants to give up. Okay, and she doesn't give up. She fights to the end. Okay, going out on your shield. I think I've seen you do it. I've seen you go out on your shield. I've seen you. Okay. Zaman asked you. He said, was it cheap shot? Okay. Okay. I think he's asking you. Did you take a cheap shot from Molly McCann? Huh.
Oh, this is a controversial one. It's tricky because she's saying it wasn't, but my perception, and I won't say the other names. It wasn't me that pointed it out. It was actually someone out, the other people around the octagon that actually said it was a cheap shot because I thought she'd put a hand up to touch gloves because it looked like she adjusted her glove and then put a hand up to touch gloves, which, sometimes happens. So it did distract me whether she wanted to or not. And then she punched me in the face and obviously swarmed in. So my perception is that it was a cheap shot, but I don't want to, accuse her of doing that. So
Well,
controversial. Other people pointed it out, though. I didn't say anything about it.
well, you're human. You're entitled to your own opinion if you feel. But uh, how did you feel though? When she had her last fight, and Molly McCann, that karma catches up, Molly. And I know you might be watching. That karma catches up. She got knocked out. Like she got knocked out in her last fight. Like, man,
Yeah, I know. I saw it. Yeah.
yeah. Did part of you go, see, you ought to be a bit nicer to people.
Well, yeah, I was a bit upset about that whole fight that I had against her. The other thing that I felt a little bit gutted about was the fact that I fought Kate Jackson, but Molly turned down the fight against Kate Jackson for
What?
the Cage Warriors title. So really, Kate Jackson was a top flyweight in the country, but Molly turned that fight down, and I took it. So I fought both of them, and I'm not even a flyweight. Um, so I feel like she kind of got the path paved to the UFC for
Yeah.
her. Um, but I never say anything bad against her. We were good friends, and I don't want to say anything negative, but there was a couple of things I was a little bit annoyed about, but it's in the past now.
Oh, don't worry. On this particular fan channel, we're a channel for fans. Don't worry. We've trust me. Long before I even did this interview, we vindicated you with Molly McCann. Okay, that just we follow women's MMA heavily here, like we do because we know that the women don't get the necessary support that the men get. So we try to make it our issue here to try to, really support women's fights, even give them any kind of press. So we followed that, and she was talking a gang of junk. And yeah, see, now I didn't know that there was a thing going around about this cheap shot, but one of the subscribers he kind of pointed that out. So I tell you, karma's everything. Karma is everything, man, and it comes right back to get you. It comes back. And she took a knockout, and she was saying, "Hey, I'm gonna beat Valentina. I'm not afraid. I want to beat Valentina up." Didn't happen.
I know, I know. I saw it all, and I saw the backlash of it, and I'm just glad that I've never been. Well, I haven't ever had that sort of attitude, because I think it's a dangerous and disrespectful thing to do. And like you say, karma gets you.
It sure does. And you start underestimating your opponents. That's not a good thing because you never know. You got to be on. You got to be defensively responsible. You got to protect yourself at all times. And if you and I've seen some people, they get cocky. They start playing and they start dancing. Like I've seen like this last fight with Cody Garbrandt. He's in there playing around with T.J. Dillashaw. Did you see that fight?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he started doing this. Ha ha, you missed
Oh,
me. And then he got knocked out. I was like, what the hell? What is he
it's just
doing?
a classic, isn't it?
What the hell is he doing? Okay. All right. So I want to
It's
ask
crazy.
you. Oh God, I want to ask you about this, and I saw this. You are pro hemp and CBD oil.
Oh, yeah, I got given that last week.
Oh man. So what do you think about it?
Oh, well, I tried it out, and it really seems to work. The muscle rub. I'd heard loads about it. I've not tried it, but it really worked. It, I was really impressed. It was good.
That is God's gift to man. I'm telling you, that stuff is. When I saw that, I said, you know what? Barney Terrell is one of my top fighters now. I saw that. I'm like, yes. See, that CBD oil, that stuff is the best thing that somebody ever invented. The best thing.
It really is, and loads of people just love it and rave about it. I can see why.
Wow. Now, okay, and you take the muscle rub. You use it for the muscle rub.
Yeah, that's what I was using last week. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, okay. Yeah, you put too much of that on before you start, your rolling sessions. You might. Okay, now this the kind of don't have the THC in it. It's just got CBD in it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna say you can kind of get them a little bit euphoric once you get in there and start, grappling with them. Okay.
Yeah. Good times.
Now I want to ask you about. It's a couple of notable wins that I saw on your record. And I watched those fights. You fought what Eckhart. Okay, and I hope I see him.
Yeah.
Yeah, you fought that woman, man. Wow. Could you take us back through that fight because I thought that was one of your big notable wins that like and it's still kind of you were still relatively young like that was what your fourth or third fight, right?
No, it was only last year. It was last April I did that. Yeah, because it was after I'd fought Kate,
Like what?
about
I mean,
6 weeks after.
did you just have a goal to suffocate this poor woman? Like did you have a goal to suffocate her to death? Because this woman could not move. Like it's like you locked her up, and I'm saying, what is she, a viper? Like, no, a python. Like, what is she, a python? Like, good grief, that game plan. Like, could you take us back through that? That fight was amazing.
Oh, thank you. Well, I was desperately trying to choke her out, but she's too, she was too good at fighting the grips on the neck, and yeah, so I had about 4 minutes on her back in the first round, and I couldn't believe that I couldn't get the choke. Um, Obviously, it was in her hometown, so she had the whole home crowd with her. So I totally understand. She just fought for everything. But yeah, I couldn't get the submission, and we weren't allowed to elbow on the ground either. So I couldn't really use the ground and pound that effectively to get this finish. So it was quite a 3-round battle, really.
Yeah, but I liked how you manipulated her positions, and I like how you actually started countering, and even as a grappler, could you, hey, could you actually explain like how people counter? Because people, when you hear the word counter, people are just thinking striking, but you can actually counter as a grappler, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Do you know what? I just sort of do things instinctively. I think I don't even know what I'm doing at the time, but I remember her going for the arm bar and the knee bar and then things, but then I was getting a top position off that, which was good, but I don't really know what I was doing. I was just instinctively moving.
Wow. Well, you did some great counters. I mean, and you stifled like whatever she was trying to do, and I mean, you stopped it. Like, she would try to reverse positions on you, and then you would stop the reverses. I mean, you would actually put um, you start getting into your side controls, and then you started actually trying to get the rear naked choke on her. And then you tried, and I think you did go for an armbar in that fight. I think you went for an armbar. Um, but in the third round, like, were you guys like really sweaty and you couldn't really hold on to her as good as you wanted to?
Yeah, it was tricky. Yeah, once you get sweaty, and also where I find like the small women are a lot more wriggly and flexible than maybe the guys that I train with in the gym. So
Yeah.
they're harder to kind of pin down sometimes. And also I was getting tired in that third round too.
Yeah, I get rolling. Rolling is it's very exhausting, huh?
Yeah, well, I find the stand up more exhausting because I don't relax. I'm much better on the ground like that. Um, just yeah, the adrenaline just absolutely drains you, I think.
Yeah, but you know what? I gotta tell you, I think I thought, when I started watching fights in order, and I do that. I never watch a fight, the first fight, like last. I always watch every. I look at the date and I watch every fight in order. And it seemed like that, from your fights, I saw stand up like things just get better with you, like your jab, like from your first fight to the last fight that I saw. I mean, you pumping the hell out of that jab, and it's like, wow, you can look. I like to see these fighters evolve. That means you're taking and learning everything. Like, what, like, how do you, your team, the people that's helping you, like, how did they get you to develop that jab? Because at first, I really didn't see you using a whole lot of jab.
No, I didn't at all. I was terrible with my hands to start with. Just not well. I wasn't used to being hit in the face with those MMA gloves, and I was flinchy. So, but I gradually worked, and the more and more I worked, I went to a specific, boxing coach specifically to work on my hands. I did a couple of boxing matches to improve my boxing, and it just got better. And you get more used to taking the hits, don't you? You get a bit tougher, and yeah, that final fight against Lanchana, I'd really worked hard on my stand up. And then got armbarred, which was I underestimated her ground game, which was silly. So yeah,
After the first fight, I thought it was non-existent. I didn't. I thought she didn't have much of one, but I was wrong because she shocked me because I never would have expected her to pull off an armbar. I never would have thought that, but it's MMA, boy. Anything can happen. Anything.
that's it. Isn't it? Yeah, you can't be complacent about anything.
You cannot.
Get caught.
Okay, guys, for the next 4 minutes, okay, you guys, you can ask your questions. We'll take a few. She's got kids, so I can't keep her here all day. But thank you guys. You guys are being very responsive in the thread. Okay, I actually want to part of this title. I wanted to ask you. Okay, what do you think the division? I mean, what do you think the future of the strawweight division is going to be? Like, and then tell me, like, what are the great things about the strawweight division, and then what are the things that you think, as a whole, MMA as a whole, needs to be corrected?
The thing is about like the strawweight division, I think is a massively strong division
Mm.
in UFC. I mean, I think it's going to thin out a bit, obviously, with the flyweight division. Obviously, like Joanne Calderwood and other top strawweights are moving up to what the weight division they're more comfortable in. Um, but I think Rose is going to maintain that title for some time. I think.
So
I
you don't
think she,
think Jessica Andrade? See, because a lot of people think Jessica Andrade can go in there and just whoop Rose's, PG-13 channel.
no, I don't think so. I think Rose is too savvy. I think
That's what I
you
said.
know her. She's just everything is just so precise. And no, I don't think so. I think Jessica Andrade is physically immensely strong, but I think Rose has just got the technical ability to just counter her in anything that she does. I think she'll hold that for some time.
And I'm glad somebody's pointing that out because, I looked at what Joanna did to Jessica, and I was
Yeah.
like, Jessica cannot handle a good jab. She can't handle a stiff jab. And it's something about it where she keeps resetting, and then she's trying to come back. Like, she couldn't handle the jab. And I'm like, Rose got leverage. Rose can jab, and I'm like, I think she'll give Jessica a lot of problems. But I have a lot of people that just love to disagree with me on certain things. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, fine, fine, do what you want to do. But when Rose beats Jessica, don't say that. And I'm gonna rub it in too. I'm gonna say I tried to tell you. I told you so. Yeah,
I
especially
agree.
you.
I'm with you.
Yeah, and you, TJ 347. I know I'm pointing at him, not you. I know he'll be the one that say that. Okay. Um, Zaman, boy, he's got some good questions for you. Okay, this question one. Okay. All right. Okay, there are two. Do you think you could have ever done atom weight at 105? Did you ever think about that?
Well, yeah, I could have. I wouldn't really have wanted to because I don't like weight cutting. But the thing is, in the UK, there's well maybe one other atom weight who I don't think is active anymore. So it's very, very little opportunities in the UK for atom weights. But if I'd have been offered like maybe an Invicta shot or something at atom weight, I would have I would have done that definitely.
Dang, but you had a good record. I don't know why they wouldn't man. It's kind of frustrating because you actually doing pretty good, but Invicta, they dropped the ball on this one. All
Oh,
right. Okay. All right. Reggie the Tree asked you, and guys, we're winding down. What male fighter best minors your style of fighting?
oh well, I the people that well, TJ Dillashaw is obviously
Minors.
an inspiration, and Demetrius Johnson. I love their movement and their style and their all round game. I would never say that my fighting mirrored them at all, but they are sort of the people that I look to for inspiration. So yeah.
Okay, Reggie. She looked for them for inspiration. Now, if you don't like that answer, man, you just not a fan. Okay. If you don't like that, if you do not like that, Reggie, you're a hater. Okay. You are a hater.
Oh no,
Okay.
sorry.
Nah. Hey, these are my friends. I talk to them. Well, I've never met many of these people, but we just, through my channel, they've actually been supporting me, so I joke around with them. But if y'all don't follow her, though, I'm not going to talk to y'all anymore, okay? I'm just telling you now, okay? All right, Zaman asked you, man, he is on a roll today. Zaman, good job, bro. Do you think that Tatiana Suarez is a bad matchup for Rose Namajunas?
Oh, as in bad, as in that she'll beat her.
Yeah.
Ah, right, yeah. Tatiana, I think she's a force to be reckoned with. Yes, I think she is actually. Yeah, I think she's immensely strong. Um, I know Kate trained with her and beat Tatiana beat Kate, so I've heard about what it's like to train with her, and she said that once she gets a hold of you, you can't do anything. You're going down. So yeah, I think she will give Rose problems. Yeah.
Do you think she beats Carla Esparza?
Who Tatiana?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Okay.
I
Now,
think she's her wrestling.
now, you have to excuse us, Miss Terrell. We have a lot of Carla Esparza fanboys running around here, okay? And we try real hard because I know these guys are sensitive. They get real sensitive and they get butthurt about. You can't say that about Carla.
Oh no, they get angry about what I said.
Well,
I'm sorry.
it's just an opinion. They're not angry, but they'll see this in archive as well, and they'll come and they'll get mad and they'll say we're picking on
Oh,
Carla.
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I really like Carla too. I think she's awesome.
I
I
know.
just think Tatiana's like, I don't know, just an immensely strong grappler.
Wow, I'm gonna do some poor journalism. Hey, she just said that Carla's gonna get beat up. Nah, she didn't say that. I'm just playing.
I never said that.
See, she did. She did say it. I'm lying. She's not lying. I'm a liar. Okay. All right. Well, folks. Okay. All right. And of course, he said you agree Suarez is a future champ. I, I don't think she said future champ. Did you say future champ?
Uh, well, I didn't say that, but I do think she'll give. I think she could. I think she could beat Rose.
Okay. All
Possibly.
right. She says she thinks so now. She thinks so, and she thinks she could beat Rose. Okay. All right. And real quick, boy, we've been talking about a lot of different topics. Okay. I think some of your top wins, though. I think when I saw the fight when you fought Samantha Jean Francois, I thought that
Oh
was a
yes,
huge
yeah,
win for you because man, she's tough, and you won that fight. And then you also beat up I'm sorry, I won't say beat up. You also defeated Melanie Grillos. I can see these
yeah.
names. Those are
Yeah.
huge wins in your career, man. You got to tell me, like, what were you? We finna go here in a minute. What were you? How did you feel? Beating those type of quality opponents because they're good. People just don't know who they are, but they're good.
Yeah, I know. Oh, I was absolutely terrified coming up against Sam because I watched her online. She had amazing kickboxing. She had amazing submissions. Honestly, I did. And she had about 4 more pro fights than me, I think. So I honestly didn't think I would win that. So that was, yeah, that was amazing for me. And Melanie, I thought I could beat her on the ground.
Mm.
So obviously, I just kept taking her down, but I didn't want to stand with her really because I knew she'd beat me up on the feet. But
Yeah.
there, yeah, I felt amazing getting those wins,
And
top of the world.
you can see the look on your face, man. You was ecstatic. You felt like you can just go climb the mountain. You felt like you can
Yeah.
jump off the mountain and fly. That's just how good that looked. But okay, and real quick, and I want to ask you, you don't have to really elaborate into this, but we're going to go ahead and about to close it out. Okay, so the online trolling, like somebody had the nerve to actually online troll you. Unreal.
Yeah, really nasty message that. Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
it wasn't really it wasn't really related to MMA or fighting. It was just a really nasty, aggressive, like threatening, hateful message. Um, but no one. I don't think it was personal. I don't think it was someone that knew me. Hopefully.
Now I'm going to go back and I'm going to put a photograph. Okay, you'll be able to see this. The person, not the persons, not the person that left you, but the average person that would leave a message like this. Now, and you're gonna be like, you're gonna laugh your, I'm sorry, you're gonna laugh off, you're gonna laugh yourself off. Okay, these people they normally, okay. Now listen, I'm gonna give you a profile because I deal with these type people on this channel. They get angry. I get like hundreds of messages, like they can't stand me. Hey, when I see you, I'm gonna kick the hell out of you. That kind of stuff. And I told one guy I'm gonna put my foot and break my foot in his ass. That's what I told him. And you know, but these guys, a lot of these guys, they're between the ages of 30 and 42. Many of these dudes, it is true that they live at home. Like seriously, it is true that most of these guys, it's a profile. They live at home, and they would
Yeah.
never say this to you in person because you would probably take them down. You could submit them. You would throw an armbar. You put them in a Kimura. Okay, or you could choke them out. And most of these guys got a neck this big, so you could choke them out and stop the air. See, I thought you'd find that funny.
Yeah. Perfect.
I can't find a photograph, but I gave you a good description. Well,
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
guys, man, Killer B, Barney, Killer B Terrell is here live, guys. I really got to thank you. I appreciate you doing this. I've interviewed a lot of people. I was like, man, I'm nervous, but I'm gonna get this. I'm an interviewer. I've had so much fun. Okay, any people that you care about near and dear the most, you want to shout them out?
Oh well, obviously, my children, Amber and Soren, absolutely, everything to me. And my husband Tom, amazing, and my coach Dan Bourne, who made me a champion. So grateful to everyone.
Thank you, Dan. Dan, husband, kids. Okay, and this is a PG-13 telecast, so great. Kids can go back and just listen to all the great things that that mom just man just gave. You still, even though you retired from MMA, you still giving to the fans. I appreciate it. It's amazing.
Thank you so much. That means so much to me. It really does.
Yes, ma'am. Now one last thing. The drop. Could you give me a drop? Could you say, hey, this is Barney, Killer B Terrell, and you're watching Coach Shelton Harrison. Let me see if you can get it.
Hey, this is Bryony, Killer B Tyrell, and you're watching Coach Sheldon Harrison.
Wow. Messed it up on your first try. Hey, good job.
Oh, it's not good. I felt the pressure. It's too much.
You felt the pressure. Well, thanks again. I know you got stuff. You got the kids. It's Saturday, so thank you for giving me exactly 39 minutes and 22 seconds of your time.
No, thank you for having me on.
God bless you. And please, you got to tell us, okay? You got to tell us, keep it up on your social media threads. Come and watching your next grapple tournament. You know what? I'll be glad to have you back on for about 10 minutes. We can talk about it and just try to hype it up.
Okay, cool.
I'm so serious. But thank you. I appreciate it. You're awesome. And guys, on behalf of Barney Killer B Terrell, this is your boy Coach Shelton Harris. I'm done. What are you waiting on? Subscribe to the Best Women's MMA platform on YouTube and start following her on social media, or I'm not going to talk to you anymore.